I have not really told my why story to many people, because quite frankly, it's hard to tell for me. But my connection to the YMCA here in York actually started several years before I ever started working for the YMCA. I was going to a Tuesday morning men's group, and they asked if anyone in the group would want to go and spend time with the tenant up in the men's residence, Gary Neese, remember his name today. I was a young professional, and when the CEO of the YMCA of York and York County says they don't want to volunteer and do this thing, you raise your hand and say, yeah, I'll do it. We'll make that good impression. So I talked with Craig Wolf, bringing him back again, went up to the third floor of the men's residence where they had the conference room, sat down with Gary Neese. He was a man who was homeless, found the YMCA, going through prostate cancer, recovering heroin addict, families disowned him, had nobody. So I just sat in that room and I talked to Gary Neese for about 2 hours. We exchanged contact info, we stayed in touch a little bit. I saw him on the sidewalk sometimes and we would talk. One time he was going to buy a gallon of milk and he started crying because he's saying, I'm a grown man, I don't know if I can afford a gallon of milk. And then he cried in my arms. That was hard for me. So we fell out of touch with each other, we didn't really talk too much. Eventually, I got a call from Mike Smith saying, job opened up to the YMCA, you should apply. He said, I have memories of men's residence, what they do with wellness, kids. I said, yes, I'm there. So I got the job. I don't know how that happened, but I just roll with it. And then one of the first things they asked was, oh, whatever happened to Gary Neese? Turns out, a few months before I started, they found him dead in his room with the needle in his arm. Everything was just too much for him, and his addiction came back and he didn't have the support. But it sounds sad, but if you think about it, it's really not, it could have been so much worse. He could have died on the streets doing God knows what with who knows who. Instead, he lived out the last few years of his life surrounded by great people at the YMCA and a loving environment and had everything he could do. And I also realized that I could have done more for him. I could have been there to help him more. I could have made more to be in touch. And that's why I'm so passionate about this mission, keep it going. Because people like Gary Neese deserve to live their best lives possible. Regardless of what their family says, regardless of their addictions, regardless of how much money they have in their bank account, they should be surrounded by love. And so that's why I always go out and do whatever I can to make sure the Y stays in our community and helps people like Gary. So that's my life story. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm so thankful you're all here. And so let's make this a great campaign to make sure that everyone here can just be who they always wanted to be.